Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a beautiful day today. And today, you're in for a bit of a treat. I'm going to be showing you what I do to get results. I'm going to be showing you how I do the magic that I do and how I change lives. I'm going to be giving you a bird's eye view of everything and give you some pointers so you can actually start to move the ball forward, but give you a really good idea of how I change lives. How do I help people overcome their own stuff, create a life that they love, build a business, have a beautiful relationships, make money, and just have a life that inspires them, okay? So I'm going to be taking you through the entire process. Now, to go through each module individually, all the way through A to Z, it takes about 20 to 30 hours, okay? So I won't be doing that today. I'm going to be giving you a 20-minute overview of what I do, why I do it, so it makes sense to you, so you can have an idea of what you can do right now. You'll be able to implement some of this stuff big picture now. So this is why I'm doing this video. And there will be a percentage of you that actually want to go through this entire process with me, and I can guide you through it step by step, hold your hand, do it with you. So that is very much the purpose of today. If you haven't already, subscribe, like the video. If you can leave a comment down below, it helps with the algorithm. It helps me reach more people and change more lives. And I appreciate that. So let's rock and roll. If you aren't watching the video, guys, do me a favor, watch the video, because I'm actually going to share my screen. So for the people that are watching the video, you can see my screen right now. But let's go through it, guys. I call this my inspired life method. How to overcome mental and emotional blocks, scale your business, and build a fulfilling, intimate relationship. Now, those are just the main topics or main, challenges or areas in life that I help people with. But the stuff we go through and what I do with people helps every area of life. You've probably heard the quote, "A rising tide raises all boats." As you become a better version of you with your mindset, knowing what your purpose is, healing from the past, learning to let go, rewiring limiting beliefs, understanding what you want to do with your life, having a business plan, having a life plan. As you improve all of these areas, every area of life gets better. Your relationship, your parenting, your health, your confidence, your self-worth, your finances, your career, your business, your team, everything gets better. So those are just the main areas, but we certainly dive into a lot more stuff. So for anyone that's seen the screen, you are currently looking behind the curtain of what it is that I do. So you might have to pause if you want, or it's going to be here for a while so you can read through it. But I'm going to take you through each module, why I do it, the purpose of it, so you can understand what we do. And just so you know, in my paid work, there is actually another 10 modules that aren't on your screen right now. So there's an extra 10 ones where we overcome stress, overcome fear, overcome procrastination, how to lead a team, how to grow a team, how to have tough conversations. We do a leadership masterclass. There's how to control reality. That's a really cool one. So there's about 10 extra modules in my program, in my work, that isn't on the screen right now. But this is very much the foundational stuff, and then the other stuff is just bolt-ons of what we do. So first things first, I go through values. Now, I actually did a free training on this one. So if you go to my podcast, go to episode 200, watch episode 200, and I actually take you through the process. If you do not have clarity, if you lack confidence, if you lack self-worth, if you lack setting boundaries for yourself, if you're not fulfilled in your life, you are not clear on your values and you're not living in alignment with them. Now, I don't want to turn this into a training for each of these because we'll be here for 20 hours, but just so you understand, most people don't know what their values are. They think they do. They'll say they value honesty, loyalty, respect, integrity, freedom. None of those are values. Values are things that you do. They're things you think about. They're things you spend your money on. They're things that energize you. I love people say, I value freedom. Then I'll say, well, what if you had absolute time and financial freedom, what would you do? And they'll say travel. Great. So you value experiences. Or they'll go to the gym more. Great. So you value your health. Or they'll spend time with their partner. Great. So you value your relationship. So freedom's not the value. It's what are you spending your time doing with that freedom. Those are your values. So I go through step by step. So to give you a free training, go to episode 200 of my podcast and I will, it's there for you. Merry Christmas. You're welcome. So then we're going through next. What's your purpose in life? What's your mission in life? What's your vision in life? Where do you want to go in your life? What's your gift to give to the world? And we use your values to work these out. And then what lights you up? I have this line I use a lot in that training. The need for motivation is a symptom of an uninspired goal. No one had to motivate me to record this podcast right now. No one had to motivate me to start my business. No one had to motivate me to make content. I love doing it because it inspires me, because it's in alignment with my purpose, with my values, with my mission, with my vision. So we get clear on what's your purpose in life. A lot of people struggle to answer that question. I show you step by step. This is the most unique way I've ever seen on how to determine your purpose. It is amazing. It will change your life. It's really powerful. Then we go through mission. So your mission is a 5 to 10 year goal of your purpose, because you can fulfill your purpose doing a million things, but you want to get clear on what's the measurable goal you want to hit, whether it's to help a certain amount of people, make a certain amount of money, be in a certain amount of countries, to change a generation, to be number one in the world. You want something measurable. So then you work out your goals, which is what we do towards the end of the program. Then vision. When you do not have a vision for your life, for your future, a desirable vision, you will continue to hold on to what you currently have, even if it's not desirable. It's like people who are in an average relationship or a shit relationship, but they don't have a vision for their future relationship, and it's too scary to get there. It's the unknown. So they put up with a shit or average relationship because they don't have the vision clear enough of what their future relationship can be like. So you got to get really clear. What time do you wake up? What do you choose to do? What do you choose to work on? What do you choose to spend your time doing? Paint the picture, paint the vision, and then it gives you that drive intrinsically to go chase it and go pursue it. And then you can obviously break down those goals later. Now, my favorite tool, Mastering Perceptions. If you have any trauma, any judgment, anything you're holding on to, this tool will get rid of that. It's my favorite tool. It changes lives. It's my favorite tool throughout the whole module. It takes me like an hour and a half to teach this. So again, we haven't got the time today, but if you've got any judgment, it's seeing how everything is on the way, not in the way. I've been through my version of trauma. I've had a lot of emotional volatility in my life that has gifted me with emotional intelligence. I had a lot of, quote, social anxiety when I was younger. It was really painful to me. It's gifted me with the ability to communicate at a very fucking high level. Everything you go through is happening for you, not to you. That's a cliche quote that most people have heard before. How do you actually apply it? How do you see that the trauma, the pain, the abuse, the abandonment, the assault has actually served you? This is how you do it, step by fucking step. If you have anything, and I've done this with people that have been assaulted, who have been raped, who have been abandoned, who have been abused, who have been whatever, think of it. Everything that you can think of, including your trauma, you go through this process, you will get rid of it, okay? We are healing and moving on, turning our wounds into wisdom, turning our pain into purpose, okay? Then we move forward. We're going to identify any bad habits that you've got, and we're going to destroy them. And we're going to create empowering habits, and we're going to wire them neurologically into you so it actually gets done consistently. Again, I can't go into the details because I haven't got the time today, but that's what we do. Then we go through limiting beliefs. If you've got any limiting beliefs, which we all do, and if you believe that you don't have a limiting belief, we have just identified your first limiting belief. So we're going to go through whatever limiting beliefs that you've got. We all make our beliefs true. If you believe you're not good enough, you're not worthy, life is hard, money is evil, relationships are hard, whatever you believe, you make real. You find it. You find the belief when it's not even there. It's pretty crazy. So we're going to identify those limiting beliefs, and we're going to destroy them, and we're going to insert expansive beliefs. If you've got a computer, you've got a virus on it, it's not going to run very well. So you put a better quality code into it, it's going to run the way that you want. Now, if you struggle with self-image, your self-image is an accumulation of all of your beliefs put together, okay? So by improving your limiting beliefs or your beliefs, you're going to improve your self-image, okay? From there, we're going to learn how to regulate our emotions so you can navigate the stresses that life is going to throw at you. Life doesn't get easier, we get stronger. So you want to learn how to navigate the chaos and navigate the stress, so I teach you how to do that. I teach you how to control your state. So if you've got fires going on, you've got problems happening, you've got shit going on with your partner, with your job, with the traffic, with your family, with the government, whatever's happening, and you need to step up for an important meeting or a tough conversation or an important event, you know how to turn it on. I'm going to teach you how to do that. It's a neuro-linguistic programming tool. It's really cool. Then we go through, I call it a warrior routine, is we want to act and treat ourselves like an athlete. If you're an athlete and you play a certain sport, do you just rock up to the game and you do nothing to prepare for it? No. If you did, you'd get destroyed by the competition. Now, if you're a business owner or a leader, which we all are, the sport you're playing is life. And that's 365, 24/7, baby. So you got to make sure you're looking after yourself. Good food, good sleep, good environment, learning, growing, being around the right people, good nutrition, supplements, etc., good water. Look after yourself. So then you show up as your best version. We go through the ego. I love the topic of ego. We go through how to identify what is the ego. The ego is an identity that you've created of who you need to be good enough, to be loved, to be successful, which is all bullshit. It's all a mirage. We came into this universe and this world with nothing, and we are returning with nothing. So everything you achieve externally, the cars, the money, the house, the status, the achievements, it doesn't make you a better person. It's just stroking the ego and thinking that you're better than what you are, or you're just pumping your own tires up. And I'm not saying don't have goals. I've got goals. I've got goals I want to go crush, and I am crushing, but I'm doing it from a place of inspiration, not desperation, and I'm not attached to those goals. So we want to understand the ego, how to navigate the ego so the ego doesn't control us. We then go through meditation. How do you actually, I meditated this morning, how to actually calm your mind down, learn to process, learn to heal, learn to create your future. So I go through the two purposes of meditation. There's creation and there's centering. I won't go into that now, but that's what we do. We then turn your vision. So there's two things. So you'll see my screen behind you right now if you're watching the video. So that's a vision board. So you're probably familiar with the vision board. They're quite popular. So we take your vision, which we do on the second module, and we turn that into a vision board like you can see behind my screen, which I showed you before. And then we turn it into a movie. So then you can watch your vision to meditate on it, become the energy and frequency of that vision so you actually attract it. You don't attract what you want in life, you attract who you are. So you want to change your energy, change your vibration. Joe Dispenza, if you're familiar with him, he says, if you want to change your personal reality, you need to change your personality. So we do that through everything in this course. Then we go through trauma, traumatic reactions, and triggers so you understand what they are. So you know how to identify your own and how you can heal through your stuff and your friends and family and clients and everyone, of course. Then we actually use it because your triggers are revealing a trauma you haven't healed through yet. So if you become conscious of your triggers, then follow that vein and follow that back to whatever trauma you've been through, then use the tool Mastering Perceptions to heal through it. You no longer get triggered. Really powerful stuff. Again, I'd love to go into it, but we haven't got the time today. Then we learn how to remove judgment from yourself and others. If you judge yourself or you judge others, I'm going to show you step by step how to remove that judgment. Really, really cool. If you struggle with anxiety, I'm going to fix that for you. You're never going to struggle with anxiety ever again. If you struggle with depression, I'm going to solve that for you again. So you never struggle with this shit ever, ever again. Now, I've got to give, I guess, a disclaimer here. I'm not a medical professional, so seek advice from medical professionals, as well as try this because it's going to work. It's only worked 100% of the time that I've used it with myself and clients. From there, so we've just gone through all the personal stuff, your values, your purpose, your mission, your vision, all the mental tools, healing, growing, regulating, controlling your emotional intelligence. Then we go through, what is your dream day? What does life look like on your terms? So you use your vision for this. So say you're in your vision. Tell me your day. What time do you choose to wake up? What do you do when you wake up? Do you meditate? Do you go train? Do you spend time with your kids? Do you spend time with your partner? Do you go to the gym? What do you choose to do? When do you choose to work, if you choose to work? And then what do you choose to do work on? Like, get fucking clear on it. What life do you want to live? Then, how much money and income do you need to earn to live that lifestyle, to live that dream day? Because we do live in a commercial world. You've got rent to pay. We've got food to eat. So we live in a commercial world. So you want to be conscious of that. So what's your dream day? How much income do we need to earn that? Then we figure out and we go through the rules of money. For anyone that's done Rich Dad, Poor Dad before, so we go through the cash flow quadrant. How do we not trade time for money? How do we earn money while we sleep? How do you make money doing what you love? We then go through selecting the right vehicle. If you're trading time for money at a job you fucking hate, you will never have a dream life. You never will, because as soon as you stop working, you stop earning. So if you want to actually earn money while you sleep, you need a different vehicle, or you can do what you love and commercialize that. There's two options. You can do both. I've done both. It's up to you. There's no right or wrong. But what is your dream day? How much income do you need? Now, do you want to build a business that runs without you and it makes money while you sleep? Or do you want to do what you love and get paid to do it? You can do both. I've done both. It's up to you. Then we put that all into a master plan. So you've got clarity for where you're going. What's your purpose? What's your mission? What's your vision? Then what are your goals? And then we break it down. What are you doing in the next 12 months? What are the annual priorities? Then we break that down into quarterly goals. What are we doing in the next 90 days? Then what are we doing in the next month? What are we doing in the next week? What are we doing in the next day? So you've got fucking clarity on what needs to be done to move forward. Because a lot of people get overwhelmed by their goals. They're like, well, I want this financial freedom. I want to impact. I want to do X, Y, Z. And where the fuck do I start? So how do you eat the whale at once? You can't. It's too much. You got to break it down. You got to break down your goals so you've got clarity on what it is that you're doing, okay? So we do that for you all the way down to daily outcomes. So we do daily huddles. Really powerful. If you get nothing out of this video besides this, listen to this. Do this every single day for your daily huddles. 1, what are you excited for today? 2, what were your outcomes for yesterday, done or not done, and why weren't they done? This creates accountability, transparency, and clarity on what needs to get done. Step number 3, what are your outcomes for today? And they need to be clear and defined. You can't say, I'm going to do some work. No. It's how many leads are you going to generate? What content are you going to produce? How many sales are you going to make? How many bookings are you going to make? Whatever it may be, whatever your goals are. Then number 4, do you need any support with those outcomes today? Just so you don't have an excuse for the next day of not doing them. And then what are you grateful for? Again, bring that energy, bring that vibration up through you so you can attract the things that you want. The more that you're grateful, the more you receive to be grateful for. From there, we then do a self-invention. We decide and create who we are. This ties into the limiting beliefs and the self-image and those habits and all that stuff. It just further ingrains that. Who's the person that you need to become to be worthy of that dream day? The energy, the habits, the beliefs, the posture, the energy, the training, the discipline. What is it that you do and who are you to be worthy of that? Then we go through detachment, how to not be needy of anything. Whatever you need in life will control you. So we learn how to detach from everything so you're not needy and you can't be controlled by anything. You are so detached. I think I mentioned it earlier in this podcast already, but it's being able to be inspired by what it is that you want, but be detached at the same time. I think I mentioned this with the ego, where it's good to have goals. I've got goals, but I'm also detached from them. The goals don't make who I am as a human being. It's a scoreboard, which is irrelevant in the scheme of things anyways. In the next 1,000 years, no one's going to remember who we are. You'll have books and content around to leave, but like your impact is eventually going to dissipate. Very few people, unless they study history in the past, aren't going to remember who you are. So your legacy is a load of shit. It will last a generation or 2, or maybe 4, 5, 6, but you stretch it out far enough, it will disappear into the history books. So learn to live with that so you don't put unnecessary pressure to have to achieve all these fucking goals to be good enough. It's like people that say, I'll be happy once I make $1 million. And then you hit it, even if you do or don't, but say you hit it, you're still not happy, you're still not fulfilled. Well, it's 10 million, and then you go chasing after that. And you're just constantly chasing, you're constantly pursuing accumulation. Why not just be fucking happy and fulfilled right now and then achieve goals in that state, in that mindset with that energy, okay? I hope that made sense. And then the last step that we do is we light the match. So what do we want to do next in our growth journey? I am just one human being, one coach, one step along your pathway with your healing and growth journey. So I want to make sure that you have a plan to keep growing. More courses, more books, more programs, more mentors, whatever it may be. Whether it's to do further work with me because I've got more work available that you want to dive into, fantastic. Or whether it's to go get a different area of life that you want to master and you want to really lean into that. Like I mentioned, guys, I have more content than what you can see on your screen in the course itself, in my work itself. We go through a leadership masterclass, killing stress and fear, how to help your team lead and grow, how to set the pace and standard for your team, how to have tough conversations, a leadership masterclass, self-worth and confidence. There's a lot more that I do within the course, but what you just saw was the foundation. I hope you got some value from that, guys. If you want to go back and watch this, take some notes. That's how you create a life on your terms. That's how you wake up and have a life that you truly fucking love and actually are inspired to get out of bed and go chase. Do those steps. If you want to go into it in detail and you want to work with me, you like my energy, you like my vibe, there's a link below where you can book in for a free strategy call. If you can't find it, just find me on Instagram or somewhere on social media. Lewis Huckstep, you'll find me across the board. And yeah, connect with me. See, we'll jump on a call. I only work with people that I have calls with, and I make sure that I'm the right fit for you, you're the right fit for me, and that I can actually help you with what you're after, and then you can move forward with it. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you got value from this. Send this to a friend. Comment down below your takeaways. I'd love to hear what you thought of this video. Reach out to me if you need any help or support. I appreciate you. Much love, and I'll see you guys on the next podcast. See you soon.